Hi everyone, Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday. This is a little bonus message for the Libra Collective, but anyone could resonate with it if you found this reading. Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement really. And let's see. What do we have? We'll use a variety of tarot and oracle cards, and I'll share channeled messages as I receive them. Libra, Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra energy. Definitely feel like you're moving past something for sure. Kind of like overcoming some sort of obstacle. What else do we have for Libra? Maybe you finally made a decision about this one particular thing in your life that's been going on. You are good enough, by the way. Full moon in Virgo. You're good enough. And I'm getting something about needing to kind of maybe work through a little bit of fear and anxiety. What does this say? A fiery climax approaches. You have all this full moon energy, Libra. Now we did just have a new moon, but you have tons of full moon energy. So like, what are you bringing to completion? What are you wrapping up, closing up? It's like you're done with a certain situation. What could that be? Let's use the Groovy Waite Stars Edition by Tarot Collectibles. Messages for Libra. All right. What do we have? We're paving the way for some kind of change here. It feels pretty positive. Feels kind of lucky, actually. What do we have, Libra? Oh, wow. Your first card out is the transformation card. Look at that. Scorpio energy. How interesting, too. I just did your, new moon in Scorpio reading yesterday, and now you have first card out, Scorpio energy. And this is all about like wrapping something up here, closing something, bringing something to an end, choosing a new path, maybe one that's a little bit more aligned. What else do we have, Libra? You have the Four of Cups. Up to this point, it seems like, or at least lately, I feel like Libra's been kind of, in an energy where it's not like frozen, but it does feel like a little bit of like stuck energy in some way. Or maybe like you feel like things are moving forward and then they're not again. And it's like every time you kind of catch your breath, something else comes up. And so it feels like it can be hard to know if you should really trust a new beginning or something. And for some of you, there's this doubt of if you are in fact good enough or able to bring in what it is you're hoping to manifest. And with that Four of Cups, it's like, this can be kind of just bored of everything that's been coming around so far, or just really not pleased with the choices so far. You do have another one coming in, though. You do have something else I feel it could affect your home in some way or your resources. Okay. It's about your security. So yeah, just kind of feeling kind of unfulfilled maybe with what's been going on. Maybe that's why we have that death card coming in. And then I just saw justice. So there it is. Libra, justice. That's what that fiery moon or fiery climax approaching here. Yeah, I think for a lot of you, it's like you've just decided that enough's enough, right? Enough's been said, enough's been, maybe not more, too many words, not enough action, or there's just some sort of like needing to balance things out. I do have the Lover's card fell upright. And so for the Lover's card, that is a Gemini energy, and it's about your alignment there, right? Like aligning to the proper choices or choices that you feel are best for you, I should say. Yeah, you could be putting an end to some sort of relationship as well, and that can definitely put you up in a position where you're going to be able to welcome in something that's definitely more suitable. It's like you're weighing options here, Libra. Page of Wands. Message of inspiration possibly coming in for you this weekend. I like seeing that, clarifying that Four of Cups. It lets me know that this time is different. Something's different. You've certainly had to be patient. You've been weighing options here. Ooh, lots of cards came out. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. There's a way forward. Here's an opportunity of some kind, new job, new income, some sort of prosperity, able to help you put some doubt aside. Look at that, Libra. Oh, wow. Okay, so you have the World card, another energy of completion in some way. clarifying death in the Lovers. A lot of major arcana cards for a short spread or a small spread like this. Seven of Cups. There's your choices, right? There are all the options in front of you. This could be feeling a bit indecisive, though. Again, not really knowing, which one do I go to? What do I choose? A little bit of confusion here, but they're saying, go ahead and follow your heart. Follow the heart there with that Knight of Cups. That's what the Knight of Cups energy is all about, right? Knight of Cups is very charming kind of energy. If you're trying to call in love, that's a good card for love. Maybe you want a more balanced relationship or role at work where you're not having to take everything on, or it could be even in your family, been shouldering a lot of responsibility on your own. I'm actually hearing a name like Simmons. And then I'm getting something about feeling as though like a battle has just begun. But it feels kind of too clear. It's like claircognizant. I'm feeling this. It's like, well, something has just begun. It's kind of like picking up a conversation where you left off. I don't know. I feel as though you're preparing yourself for some sort of challenge up ahead. Maybe you have a difficult meeting or conversation coming up this week, this next week. I'll be doing your full weekly reading, though, Sunday morning as usual. Sunday Eastern Standard Time, that is. For some of you, it'll already be Monday, right? Shout out to my friends in Australia and other places around the planet. Okay, Temperance, yeah. It's like, I feel for some of you, you've been trying to make something work. You've been patient. You've tried to make the most out of a certain situation, but at what point do you just have to walk away, right? What point do you just say, I've done all I can, I've put all I can into a certain thing, and look, and there's that Three of Wands. Now, it's interesting to me because, it's one of the cards in tarot where their back is to us. So I do feel as though some of you are turning your back on a certain situation after giving it, a lot of time and a lot of analysis. I feel like you've really thought some things over, and, you're wanting to move towards a path that feels more naturally aligned to where you want to be, how you want your life to go. So this Three of Wands is about expansion. I feel for a lot of you too, you want peace. You want peace. You want the harmony. You want things to be they don't even have to be perfect. It's like you just want it to be at least just a little more balanced, There's nothing wrong with that. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles, and I really do feel you'll get there. Okay, this is obviously this is a general reading, right? I don't know you personally, and this isn't going to resonate for everyone. But with the Nine of Pentacles, it's reminding you to take really good care of yourself, right? She always saves some pentacles for herself here, and she's ready to give a certain amount, but not at the expense of sacrificing everything. She's not going to go all in if it's not going to benefit her in some way, and that's not selfish. That's really good self-preservation, really. And so maybe some of you are feeling as though you're in that sort of self-preservation mode. Let's see what else we have. The Ace of Wands, Libra. My goodness, you've been getting a lot of double aces in the readings lately. Whether it's Ace of Cups or Ace of Wands or Ace of Pentacles, even Ace of Swords. I mean, you're getting a lot of aces. So this is like, taking action. But again, really, because it was kind of coming out with the Nine of Pentacles, I stopped it from falling with the Nine of Pentacles. So the Ace of Wands, though, wants you to get, again, be inspired, exercise your free will, and take action in a direction that feels good for you. What's going to add to your life? I feel like a lot of you're really always thinking about the group and thinking about others and those that you're in a relationship with, right? I mean, how very Libra. But sometimes we do have to make those tough choices for our own well-being. And again, it's not selfish. It's like that. It's that self-preservation, right? You have to be, a lot of you are taking care of yourself, you're taking care of others too. And So you want to carefully make your next steps, right? You don't want to just wing it. Okay, what else do we have? Get some advice, please. Keeping this reading short. I know a lot of you are enjoying these shorter readings I'm doing on Fridays, so I'll do them when I can. And you have shine, new moon in Leo energy, and focus on the positive, new moon in Sagittarius. There is a way forward or through something. I'm not sure that all of you are necessarily seeing it as such quite yet. I think you're getting there, though. A lot of you are definitely going to get there because, and it's like, you have really good cards here. The win-win outcome, Libra. You're good enough. A fiery climax. For some of you, it's your own lack of confidence that's kind of getting in the way, and also it can just be, not really knowing with any degree of real certainty which way is the best for the situation as a whole. And I feel like, remember in the beginning of the reading, I was feeling sort of this like back and forth energy, like you're kind of, well, I've narrowed it down to a couple of choices. And sometimes though, we just need to, grab a wand and get started, get going, even if it's not perfect, right? Even if something's not exactly all lined up, right? Things will fall into place maybe as you get going and get started. What else do we have? Know you are loved, Libra, new moon in Libra. What else do we have, Libra? And unleash your kindest self, first quarter moon in Capricorn. It's like, just because the world's been hard on you doesn't, it's like you're being advised, don't lose that sweet part of yourself, and keep striving for peace. Don't give up on having that peace and that harmony and that love and that fulfillment that you're searching for and looking for and trying to create. I feel like a lot of you are taking action. You are co-creating. You're taking responsibility for what you can bring in and create for yourself. You're not just leaving it up to the universe, right? You're doing the work, and you're thinking about, long-term efforts, feels like. So Page of Cups, so you have your second page in the reading. Page of Cups, it's hard to know if that fish in the cup really exists or if it's just their imagination. Sometimes I feel like this could be like a is it too good to be true sort of card. It can also be a message of another kind of message of inspiration in a way. It's a happy surprise in some way, maybe some sort of invitation that makes you happy in some way, kind of lights you up. Maybe you have a fun invitation for the weekend. Doesn't have to be that. It could be you have some new creative idea that you're ready to pursue. Yeah. What else do we have? Libra. Wrapping up your reading here. What do we have? A little bit of divine direction, please, for the Libra collective. Build anew. So this is about not overdoing it, trying to fix what's beyond repair. It's about a chance to build something different, right? Chance to build something different, something better, something that, again, it's more aligned with who you truly are and what you're all about, Libra. What else? Abundance. So be open to receiving blessings and abundance from the universe. Very positive card here. Some of you, I am getting this message about kind of needing to really put yourself out there and basically advertise more, advertise yourself more, This is what you are. This is what you're about. Here's what you can offer. Whether it's in, a relationship or job stuff. I mean, really anything. Not being afraid to shine, right? And you have Scorpion here, Spiritual Path card 21, connecting to that solar plexus chakra, represented by the color yellow. And it's the I can, I will, I do. So it says it's a big time of transformation, right? So don't be afraid to release what no longer ignites your passion. Surrender to the path of your soul, Libra. That's what the whole reading's been about. you have 333. And as you do that, you have a sign of protection coming in. And that's about your angels guiding you on the right path. So that's what I have for you. And I hope that you have a fabulous weekend and you know how to show support. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, hype the video. It's all free. Thanks for being here.